Are you trying to build brand awareness for your new company, product, or service? Check out this video. Okay, so you're looking at marketing your company and you're wondering what is the first step in getting started. Well, the first step in any sales process is going to be brand awareness. And what is brand awareness? Brand awareness is literally just making people aware of your product and service. Now, there's several different stages, and there's this thing called customer cycles that we talk a lot about in sales and marketing. And this is just the different stages that your customers are in when they're going to engage with your business. So whether they've heard of you, whether they haven't heard of you, whether they've heard of you and know what you do, they've heard of you, they don't know what you do, and maybe they are even a customer, and how much of a customer. Then you have customer cycles, right? So how much of a customer are they with your company? And so when we're looking at brand awareness and increasing brand awareness, there's a few things that you guys need to look at. Okay, brand awareness, yes, is just getting people familiar with your name, who you are, what you do, all of those kinds of things. But even brand awareness can be broken down to several different stages. And there's really three things that you guys need to focus on when you're looking at increasing brand awareness for your company. Okay, the first thing is going to be how do we get in front of brand new people who've never heard of our business before, who've never seen our business before, or engaged with our business before. And so you have to have a method of getting in front of brand new people who've never seen your business, and you have to be able to leave a good message with them so they remember who you are and what you do. Now, this doesn't mean they have to know everything about your business, okay? And I'll dive into this more in a little bit, but you have to be able to get in front of new customers repeatedly. So when you're looking at the marketing and sales efforts in your business, you need to be looking at how are we getting in front of new customers every day, every week, and every month. Okay, now it's not enough these days to just get in front of your customers, potential customers, once. You have to be able to get in front of your customers, your potential customers, and then you have to be able to stay in front of the audience for as long as it takes to convert them into a customer. Now, there's many ways to do this, and so there's a lot of videos out there. I have some other videos that you guys can go watch where we talk about how to do this specifically. But whether you do this with advertising on Facebook or Google, or whether you do this through an email campaign, or you do this through a blog, or maybe do it through content on a YouTube channel like this one, you have to have a way to stay in front of your audience and build value with them. Now, obviously, this can go down the road of starting to lead into different kinds of marketing and sales cycles, but I still include it in brand awareness because in this day and age, most audiences' attention span is really small. I mean, you're initially talking 3 to 5 seconds that people will pay attention to you the first time that they see you. So you have to be able to get that person's attention the first time, leave some sort of impression, and then you have to be able to stay in front of that person so you can build upon that impression. Because if you're not staying in front of these people, in front of this audience, they're just going to forget about you. Okay, so that's why I include this into brand awareness. Because if you're not staying in front of these people, then you're not really doing brand awareness. You're kind of just putting your message out there. You're putting your content out there. People are seeing it, but then they're not really starting to learn who you are and starting to remember who you are. And that's really what we want. Especially if you're in a service business where time is of the essence for a customer to make a purchase decision, for example, you need to be the first name, the first company, the first person that someone thinks of when they have a need that your business can solve, when they have a problem that your business brings a solution for. And so, again, you guys, you have to be able to get in front of new people consistently, but then you have to stay in front of those people consistently as well. So you have to get in front of them, and then you have to stay in front of them for an extended period of time. And then the last thing you have to do is you have to be able to tell them what you do without boring them or losing their interest. Okay, guys? So how do we do this? And I've worked with companies that are very boring. Think about lawn care companies, insurance companies, not just boring, but maybe even companies that people don't even really want to think about or talk about. Okay, especially when you talk about things like life insurance. And so how do you entertain, or how do you keep someone's attention? Entertainment is just one way throughout this brand awareness process. So that way they know who you are and they know what you do and why they should care. And that's really the framework you want to follow. And so how do you do this? Well, entertainment is one way. Maybe you bring them entertaining information or content. Maybe you educate them on some of the biggest misconceptions about your industry or what you do. You can also, just bring different kinds of content that they like. And so you can answer questions that they may have. You can address issues that are problems in the industry that you're solving or that you take a stand against.
I'm glad you're enjoying the video. If you need help with hiring, training, or managing your VAs, make sure you click the link in the description below to check out our free VA hiring workshop. If you need one-on-one help with me, click the link to schedule an appointment to see how I can help.
There's so many ways to bring value to people so that they understand who you are and what you do. And you have to craft this in a way that sometimes those content pieces that you're going to be putting out always aren't super related to exactly what it is that you do. It may be related in a distant way, but not exactly to what you do. And so you have to be able to take these ideas, take these content pieces, take these concepts, and be able to wrap them up back into the main point of what it is that you do. Now, again, I keep saying this what you do thing, right? And so the whole idea of brand awareness is that people are going to remember how you made them feel, okay? Not what you necessarily do or not necessarily what you say, okay? If you make someone feel a certain way, a strong way, because of something you do or say, then they will remember it. But first and foremost, they're going to remember the way you made them feel. So when you're approaching your marketing, when you're approaching your outbound efforts, many companies want to go to some more of these old school methods of like cold calling, cold emailing, and other methods like that do work, but they are simply a numbers game. Unless you have a very, very skilled cold caller and you have a very good developed strategy for your cold caller, your cold email, and these approaches, you're really just playing a numbers game and hoping to get, the low-hanging fruit. And so what I always recommend to my clients is you want to create a funnel. So obviously we've all heard of sales funnels. If you haven't, check out some of my other videos on those in my library. But a sales funnel is the process of taking someone from the general process of taking someone from being someone who didn't know you to someone who is a customer. But even within this brand awareness stage, which is part of that sales funnel, you should have a funnel. So how are we getting in front of these people? How are we staying in front of them? And then what is the message? What is the feeling? So not exactly what you do. Oh, hey, I sell insurance. But what is it that you do? What is it that you, the benefit that the customer, has after they work with you, right? So not just we sell insurance, but hey, we provide a solution for families to be and remain whole in times of need, right? So if it's after an accident or after a death, the most vulnerable times for families, we are there to make sure that your family stays whole and has their needs met in those critical times, right? So that portrays a feeling way more than it does, we sell life insurance, we sell car insurance, we sell health insurance, whatever it is, right? So when you're talking about brand awareness, the main point here is that you want to leave impact on someone. And how do you leave impact on someone? You talk about the benefits and solutions and how their life is going to be different, okay? after a customer, let's say, has interacted with your business, and then you get in front of them, new people consistently, right? This is what's going to keep your funnel full, and then you stay in front of those people consistently for a predetermined period of time. You may need to figure out what that time is. There is such a thing called a sales cycle, where it takes time to warm people up, and depending on the content you have, the reputation you have, and other edifying factors, it may take more time, less time, and you may just decide that after a certain period of time, some people are just not going to convert and be customers. That doesn't necessarily mean you need to remove them from your list unless they ask, but your marketing changes, and they're definitely not in a brand awareness mode anymore. So, guys, that's really what you want to focus on. Now, when it comes to branding, that is definitely another thing that definitely plays into this. And branding is going to help your brand awareness, but branding can be very simple. You should be working with a professional to create your brand, because they can help you, with all the intricacies of picking out a good font, of picking out a good logo, a good color scheme, all that kind of stuff, which is very important, because I've seen many businesses where they will create a logo and then they'll have this interesting color scheme, but the color scheme doesn't translate well to, let's say, clothes, shirts, hats, a website design, things like that. So you should be working with a professional. But the main idea here is that you want a really good name that is engaging, but also, can describe what you do. And you want to have this name and this logo everywhere your company has assets. We are in 2023 or beyond, and internet scams are at an all-time high. And it doesn't mean you necessarily need to be fearful, but as a business owner, as a person trying to sell a product or service, the way you can make sure that your brand is trusted, a way that you can make sure that you're building brand awareness with your customers, is the fact that they know your logo, they know your name, and when they see a Facebook page, they see a LinkedIn page, they see a YouTube channel, you have the same logo. You have the same color scheme, the same branding. So that way they have reassurance that this is actually an asset of your company, and they can trust the information. They can trust the contact methods that are there, and basically they know that it's your company, and that they that they can interact safely with that page or that asset, whatever it is for your business. Hope that was helpful, guys. Stay tuned for more videos where we go into a deeper dive in marketing. Hey everyone, that's the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to see more videos like this one, go ahead and leave the like button to let me know that you got value from the video, as well as go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that way you can be tuned in when I create more videos in the future. Also, go ahead and check out the description if you want to find out more information about working with me one-on-one. I do provide consulting and coaching services for hiring VA teams, for marketing teams, and sales teams to help your business get consistent growth so you can live a life of abundance.